The U.S. House of Representatives has advanced a sweeping legislative package known as the Big Beautiful Bill, central to President Donald Trump's second-term agenda, setting up a final vote that is expected to send the bill to Trump's desk for signature by Independence Day. This bill, which passed a critical procedural hurdle in the early hours of July 3, 2025, after a dramatic overnight standoff, represents one of the most ambitious Republican legislative efforts in recent years. Key provisions and policy priorities. The legislation is a sprawling 887-page package that primarily focuses on making permanent the tax cuts enacted during Trump's first term, which were set to expire at the end of 2025. The bill includes approximately $4.5 trillion in tax cuts over 10 years, making permanent the existing tax rates and brackets, and introduces new tax breaks that Trump campaigned on in 2024. These include no federal taxes on tips and overtime pay, the ability for some to deduct interest payments on automotive loans, a $6,000 deduction for older adults earning no more than $75,000 a year. Beyond tax policy, the bill allocates about $350 billion in new funding for national defense and significantly boosts resources for Trump's immigration crackdown, including stricter border security and expanded deportation efforts. Spending cuts and fiscal impact. To offset some of the cost, the bill enacts deep spending cuts to social safety net programs, marking the largest downsizing of federal aid in decades. Notably, it reduces funding for Medicaid and the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, and introduces new work requirements for able-bodied adults seeking these benefits. The Congressional Budget Office estimates the bill will add approximately $3.3 trillion to the federal deficit over the next decade and could leave millions without health insurance. Political dynamics and passage. The bill's journey through Congress has been fraught with tension and intra-party disputes. House Speaker Mike Johnson faced significant resistance from both centrist and hardline conservative factions within the GOP, with the party's slim majority leaving little room for defections. The procedural vote to advance the bill passed narrowly, 219-213, after a prolonged 6-hour voting period and intense negotiations, including direct intervention by Trump to rally support among skeptical members. The Senate had already passed the bill by a razor-thin margin, with Vice President J.D. Vance casting the tie-breaking vote after a marathon session and several amendments. The Senate version increased the debt ceiling by $5 trillion and made deeper cuts to Medicaid, which heightened concerns among House Republicans, but was ultimately left unchanged to meet Trump's July 4th deadline. Implications and outlook. Democrats are unanimously opposed to the legislation, criticizing it as a giveaway to the wealthy and a threat to vulnerable Americans, but lack the votes to block it in either chamber. For Trump and GOP leadership, the bill's passage is seen as a defining legislative win, cementing Trump's legacy on tax and immigration policy and fulfilling key campaign promises. The final House vote is expected imminently, with Trump poised to sign the bill into law in a highly publicized ceremony on Independence Day.